What's up guys? In this video we're going to talk about how to travel with figure skates.
Hey, this is Bruno and Faye and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, we do videos about active lifestyle, traveling, dancing, but mostly adult figure skating. And today, since we're traveling, we wanted to bring up this topic since a lot of people are asking, a lot of people are wondering. If you're a younger skater, you're probably traveling a lot for the competition with your parent. So today we're going to talk about how to travel with your ice skates.
We actually travel a lot for work. We travel usually 2 to 3 times a month. We figure out it's best to travel light, so you don't have to pay much for luggage and you don't have to drag around a big bag. We actually went to Adult Figure Skating Nationals a few weeks ago and both of us only brought one backpack each.
And we packed everything in there: skates, costumes, just clothes to wear, warm-up clothes, our practice ice clothes, everything fit in there. Toiletries, makeup, you name it. If you haven't checked out that video, we actually talk about how to pack costumes in your bag for traveling. And if you have several programs, or if you, like us, you're an ice dancer, you have several patterns that are within the same day and you need a quick change, it's really convenient to pack it that way. So just make sure to check this video out. We're gonna link it down in the description so you have the info as well.
Just a side note, we only went for 2 days, we didn't go for the full duration. So if you're not planning on staying an extended amount of time, or if you're going to a smaller competition, this should be more than enough for you to pack.
So the very first thing you want to do when you're getting ready to travel somewhere with your ice skates is you want to check out the local rules for TSA and for flying within your country. We're from the United States, and we know that here in the United States and also in Canada, you're actually allowed to bring your skates as carry-on and have them with you on the airplane. If this is the case in your country, we strongly recommend that you go for this option and never ever check your skates in. The main reason being that checked baggage gets lost, and especially if you're traveling for a competition or some important event, the last thing you wanna have is having them lose your bag and lose your skates that you need to compete. But even if you're just going for leisure, maybe you're going to a skating camp or just going on vacation and wanna go skating there, it's kind of disappointing to arrive and then find out that, you know, your skates didn't make it.
Your luggage in Dubai.
Well, this is an official TSA rule here in the United States, and it's specifically outlined in the TSA guidelines. Not every agent is guaranteed to be fully educated on that, especially if you're flying in or out of state where ice skating is not really that popular, like Florida. So you might get different reactions, from puzzled looks to like straight out, they pull your bag out, they start digging through it and they start asking all sorts of questions. They need to go talk to their supervisor. So for your own confidence and just to feel less stressed, we would recommend to go to the TSA website, find the specific guideline that outlines that you're allowed to bring your skates, and just have a screenshot on your phone and carry it with you. Just remember that the final decision to let you or not let you on the plane with your skates still rests with every specific TSA agent, so be nice.
So since you're planning to bring your skates with you, make sure you pack them in a bag that meets the requirements. You can either pack them in a carry-on luggage. This is the one I use, so you guys can see. Just make sure you choose a luggage that fits into the overhead bins, or you can pack it in a weekender bag, or if you want, in a backpack. Just make sure the backpack is big enough to fit the skates, but it still fits under the seats.
For our skaters out there, just keep in mind that most Zuka bags do not fit in the overhead bins, so most airlines will not let you bring them on. The big advantage of packing them in a roller is that obviously you don't have to carry all the weight on your back, but packing them in your weekender bag or a backpack makes it easier to take them out if a TSA agent needs to have a look at them. When we pack our skates for traveling, we try to make them more compact and take less space than when we just carry them in their normal skating bag to the rink and back. So what that means is we try to put them close together. We put all the other stuff like our skating socks, our towel, inside the skate so they don't take up extra space in the bag. We also make sure to keep all the covers on them. I even put the covers that they came with on top of the boot, so it looks a little more packed to the security agents, a little less dangerous. But most importantly, you're gonna make sure that your soakers are on the blades. What the security agents don't want to see are the exposed blades of the skate.
Blade guards, you want to pack them wherever there's space left. Usually I put them on the sides of the backpack because there's always space on the sides, you can always squeeze them in. As for the skates, you want to pack them in a way that you can easily take them out. So if you had some clothes or other items, you want to put them underneath the skates. So if you actually get stopped at TSA, it's easy to take out the skates. So I usually pack the skates like this, so they're more compact and they take less space, because if you pack them like these, usually there's a lot of useless space that is not being utilized. On a side note, have in mind that if you carry your skates on a backpack and if you need to walk around, if you have a bigger layover, the skates get heavy pretty fast.
And that's also something to keep in mind if you're packing them in your roller suitcase, to make sure your carry-on suitcase doesn't become overweight just because skates add quite a bit of extra weight that you might not have accounted for otherwise. If you're traveling internationally though, you gotta remember that in the country of your destination, the rules might be different than in your country of origin for carrying skates. For example, if you're traveling from the US to one of the European countries, a lot of them do not allow skates on a carry-on. You have to actually check them in. So make sure you're prepared for that if you end up having to do that. In our upcoming travel, we actually plan to put our skates in the carry-on rollers just because we don't have any checked bags, but we opted to put the skates in a roller rather than into our backpacks, just in case we get asked to check them in because our country of destination doesn't allow us to carry them on the plane. We can at least just check the suitcase and not have to check our personal item that has all the stuff that we need for on board of the plane. So basically be prepared for all these situations, so if they come up, you don't have to unpack half of your bags hurriedly as you're late for the flight and having to repack everything between all of your bags.
And with that, you're all set. Hopefully this was helpful, guys. Make sure to give us a like if you like this video, and we'll see you in the next video.